AMC Suhail.
Friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce our chief guest this evening, Mr. Syed Abdul Qadir Muhammad Zuhail, who served as Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to the State of Kuwait. He was Director Planning of the University Grants Commission. He has also served as Managing Director of State Pharmaceuticals Corporation, that's the SPC, Managing Director of State Pharmaceuticals Manufacturing Corporation, SPMC, and has served in several other senior managerial positions, and has been on boards and was a consultant to various national and international organizations. He served as member of the Postgraduate Institute of Management, that is the TIM, and member of the Standing Committee on Commerce and Management of the University Grants Commission. Ambassador Zuhail graduated with a BA degree from the then University of Ceylon, Peradeniya campus. He has an MBA from the University of Sri Jawatapura and postgraduate diploma in international relations from BCIS, that is the Bandaranaike Center for International Studies. He has served as a guest lecturer in planning at the Staff Defence College at Sapagaskanda under the University of Kerala. He also developed strategic plans for state sector institutions and the Institution of Engineers, Postgraduate Institute of Medicine, Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, State Engineering Corporation, Sri Jawatapura Hospital, and Lanka Phosphate Limited. A versatile individual, our chief guest has co-authored a coffee table book, Garden University of Peradeniya. He set up a pioneering fund named Sir Ivor Jennings Endowment Fund and created a trust under the name Sir Ivor Jennings Endowment Fund Trust at the Peradeniya campus to utilize the funds for enhancement of soft skills of students of the university. He has also set up a think tank under the name Community Association of Professionals. This body is undertaking research on several issues concerning the community. He was selected to serve as a member of the Elections Commission under the 17th Amendment to the Constitution. He has produced several articles and proposals on socio-economic and political issues concerning the nation. The latest one being a proposal to the Parliament to strengthen the parliamentary procedure. Ambassador Zuhail oversaw the translation and publishing of Justice Veeramantri's book on Islamic jurisprudence to the Sinhala language. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and privilege to present to you our chief guest, Ambassador Dr. ASCM Zuhail, a man for all seasons. Please give a round of applause.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. President, Ambassador Committee, ladies and gentlemen, with reference to the students, large number of students are here. I'm sure we will have more students in the times to come with the efforts of United Nations Association Sri Lanka. Charter, UN Charter, if you go through the articles, the central theme is bring peace and prosperity to the humans all over. It's not only the all 8 billion people. It's not limited to one section or one community. In order to bring these efforts out, after the formation of United Nations in 1945, several other agencies came in. They brought in WHO, FAO, World Food Program, International Atomic Energy Association, International Telecommunication Union, UNHCR, and so on. All of them are directly related to everybody. You saw WHO during the Corona time, how much a service they did for everybody. And then FAO food program, all the World Food Program and so on, are all the time affecting all our lives. Sri Lanka played a significant role in implementing all these places, all these areas. To cite some of them, we had large number of professionals working in various international agencies, WHO, FAO, and UNHCR, and so on. Those are middle-level executive positions. But we have, though we are a small nation, we have had very key people working in very big positions. To cite some of them, Shri Amarasinghe was the chairman of the Law the Sea Committee, whose work was highly appreciated by all over the world. All representatives of the United Nations appreciated his work. In fact, after he finished his term, number of countries wanted him to give citizenship to him for his great service. We had Dr. Kamini Korea, who was Secretary General of UNCTAD. We had Jayanta Dhanapal, our own, one of our well-wishers, who passed away recently. He was Under Secretary for Disarmament of the United Nations. Then, of course, Justice Veeramantri, as Amadou said, that I was very much closely associated with him. He was the Vice President of the International Court of Justice, highly respected, one of the best judges in the world. He was the Vice President. He should have been the President. He had all the capacity and qualifications to become the President, but his judgments were so straightforward, thorough. It did not go well with one or two of the Western powers. Therefore, they didn't get it. You see, this is the irony of this world, where Dr. Mendes also said that some of these powers, I'll come back to that a little later, in Western countries, some of the powerful countries are using their powers to deny some opportunities for, or block some of their efforts of the United Nations. Now, I would like to say some, though there are so many agencies doing so much, the General Assembly and the Security Council has questions to be answered. The Security Council has 15 members. Those 15 members came into existence in 1945, mind you. 1945, when they established 15 members, 5 members, permanent members, UK, USA, France, Russia, and China. China came later. Were given veto powers. They are permanent members and veto powers. I said 1945, that was the colonial time. Great Britain was the colonial master for so many of our countries, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and so on. So they theoretically, technically, they were representing all these countries also. France, on the other hand, had so many colonial colonies in Africa in 1940s. Subsequently, late 40s and late 40s and 50s, all the colonial powers became independent. With this veto power, they're still remaining. They didn't have any benefit for those colonies, say Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and so on. So these countries are left out. They can, there is no permanent membership in the Security Council for those countries. If you take India, 1.4 billion people. If you take Africa, whole of Africa, there is not a single representation in the Security Council as a permanent member. Latin America, same. So what the time now is for students to learn this, debate it, bring out proposals at state level and international level to change this. There is no hard and fast rule. I mean, there is hard and fast rule to this. Stick on to the 15-member condition. You can increase it to 20 or 21 or whatever number. Have 2-3 members in Asia, like India, maybe Indonesia. Say one for SAARC countries, one for ASEAN countries. Africa should have 1 or 2 members. Latin America should have at least 1 member. So you could have 15-member permanent representatives. And the veto power is a killer, as Dr. Mendis said. Veto power, whatever proposal comes. Right now, you know what's happening with regards to the Israeli situation now. Veto powers are exercised to block all the proposals. 14 countries are supporting, 1 country says no. So that is not good. Some time back, even the Security Council select the Secretary General of the United Nations. One time, second term for Secretary General, it was Ali of Egypt, who was a very fine secretary, and he was doing a very good job. When he came to the second term, 14 countries voted for him, 1 country vetoed. So therefore his services lost. After that, I think if I remember it, it was Kofi Annan came to fill that gap. So these are the problems we have shown. So we might change it to say, or we aspire to change, veto power should have 2, at least 2 countries should support that veto. If vetoed by 1 country, at least 1 more country should support that. Then there will be some balance. Otherwise, having 1 country to dominate all the proposal. Those are the dangers we have. Yeah. Then I was going through the sustainable development goals. There are 17, as President said, there are 17 of them. One interesting thing is, we, Sri Lanka, have done fairly well in some of those. Education and health, we are very good. Of course, there's more room to improve. But there are so many things already we have done, Sri Lanka, but some other countries are very far behind in education and health and so on. So those are areas we have to address. I'm glad to see United Nations of Sri Lanka, UNA Sri Lanka, is addressing all these with the students, large number of students. I'm happy to see that students are here. One more thing what I would like to say, the students, of course, you all have done very well, all these speech contests and so on. This should go further down to the vast rural areas. United Nations is a vital institution. UNA can do much more. Of course, we have done very well for the last so many years with dedicated service by people like Kumar and Fernando and so on. What I would say, I know you have resources are limited, capacity is limited. What may be done is go partnership with other organizations like the Lions and Rotary and so on. Have outreach programs in the far and far away places like the north, east, south, and so on. Some of these people, most of these people have come from outstate, and nice to see that you all have done very well. And there is give great potential in working with United Nations. As I told you, there are a number of Sri Lankan executive holding executive position with the United Nations, various agencies and so on. Some people have had top positions. And in fact, Jayanta Dhanapala was almost became the Secretary General of the United Nations. That again, big power games, you can't get that. So there is scope for the students who are here and students to aspire for such higher positions. So what you have to do is master your, as Dr. mentioned, the language is very important. One of the international languages, either Arabic or French or Spanish or for Sri Lanka is English. Unfortunately, our system of education doesn't give so much of position for English education. We are sticking to vernacular, but if you want to go international level, English is essential. So if we have to master that, keeping in mind, we have to aspire whether the curriculum provides or not. And then with regards to the United Nations Association, which I was also part of it some time back, it has held on for last how many years now? 73 years, yes. 5 years after UN was formed, and 5 years before Sri Lanka gained membership also. So 73 years we are going on. That's what I said. Kumaran Fernando's one live wire was disciplined, dedicated, and punctual man. So the new committee, president and all of them are maintaining that. When they say ask me to come at 3 o'clock, I know that if you ask 3:02, I will be late. That is Kumaran Fernando's standard, you see. Exactly on time and everything was done like that. And then I know that it needs a lot of support from others to take forward to the community and do more service. So I think I will, are there anything else to say? I mean, I have briefly said something that I could say. That's enough, I think, because already time is up. Thank you very much and wish you all the best. Good night.